Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Joining me now from IMI Global, Doug Stanton and Saige Otley. Doug, you've been on enough before, so we're going to start here with Saige. You're new to IMI, first time on the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for IMI.
So I've grown up in Oregon all my life. Been in Oregon, been in the cattle industry all my life pretty much. So for IMI, I am an account manager for the Oregon and Washington accounts. So essentially my position, I do all the paperwork, renewals, I coordinate auditors to go on site, and then I do all the reviews and approvals. And then I just issue shipping certificates and make sure everybody's got EID tags and things like that. So,
well, tell me, what about your upbringing have you brought into in your job here? What did you learn from growing up in this industry that you've been able to apply in your role at IMI?
Yeah, being able to communicate with ranchers and knowing, kind of they're busy, they want to talk at 6 a.m. Boy, we'll talk at 6 a.m., and or when it's hot or something like that. And just being able to kind of understand what they're going through different times of the year and things like that. We're used to hard work in this industry, being around it.
And Doug, last time you were on, you kind of talked about some new partnerships with the Angus Association. I don't think we got to go into detail. Tell us a little bit about that genetic merit scorecard.
Sure. Yeah, we started that relationship with the American Angus Association in January of 23. So we've been doing it about a year and a half now. And the program has really grown with us kind of facilitating the customer side of things, and they do the actual scoring with when the paperwork is sent in by Saige and other account managers for our clients. And the genetic merit scorecard is awesome for buyers. It gives them an idea of what the cattle are as far as feedlot performance, how they do on a grid, and then kind of overall on the beef side of things. So for buyers that I've talked to, they really like to see those scores, because if they've not fed the cattle before and didn't know anything about them, it gives them a better idea and less risk for them, and it gives them a way to compare different groups of cattle that are very similar. So yes, it's been, and now they've just introduced this summer a maternal score. So now they've had everything as far as that side on the finishing side for a terminal, and now they're doing the maternal. So for people that are selling replacement heifers or guys looking for replacement heifers, then the maternal score would be a good barometer to look at for them.
I think that sometimes when people hear genetic merit or DNA, they might think, oh my gosh, many generations of data. What's the enrollment process like for a new customer?
Yeah, it's really very simple, and we just need to know who the sires are, and we do Angus verified is part of it, but they can be, if they're Angus verified, it's 100% registered Angus bulls. But the genetic merit scorecard actually allows them to bring in some other breeds. They only have to be 50% registered Angus, then 25% comes from other registered breeds, and then 25% can be commercial. So it opens up a lot more than those that have just 100% registered Angus bulls. So we look at that and then see if they qualify for Angus verified, but if they can't quite qualify, maybe they got a couple other breeds around the ranch, then they can still make the genetics, meet the requirements for the genetic scorecard.
Yeah. Real quick, I think it's the 3 scores on the genetic merit. What are the 3 scores that we're looking at?
Well, there's the feedlot. Based on what the feedlot performance, they're estimating based on the sires and the EPDs. It's all calculated from the EPDs and also on the maternal side. And then grid, and how they'll do on the grid, and then kind of a overall what they call a beef score.
Well, where do we need to go? If people are wanting to get enrolled in this program, where can we get more information about it?
You bet. Through us, we facilitate the enrollment process. We do source and age verification, and then you can do Angus verified and genetic merit scorecard. That's the minimum. We have other people, obviously, that add NHTC natural to that. But as a minimum, that's how they get started. Contact us, and we'll get them enrolled.
Well, thank you guys both for being here. Thanks for taking time out of your morning to be here. Always a pleasure having you guys on.
Thank you, Kelly.
Don't go anywhere. We've got more Superior Sunrise up next.